folks. Let me turn this air down so you can hear me. I'm sitting here on my family farm here, the High Point farm we call it. Nothing to do with the weapon. It's a high point in the county. And I thought I'd stop here at the old farm pond and see what we can catch. I got some Popeye jigs and little wax worms to put on them and see if we can catch some bluegill, maybe throw bass bait. Stick with us. Thanks for joining the Hit or Miss Outdoors. Dad just happened to show up to mow around the pond a little bit, so at least I'll be here to watch him, make sure he don't slide in. But what I'm using today, it's by Crappie Magnet. It's a Popeye jig. Using that for bluegill, or sometimes a crappie will grab it. And I bought these to use. I've never tried them. It's Uncle Josh, you know, my name being Josh, I liked it. But they're wax worms. It's great for panfish, trout, and ice fishing. So we're gonna try that and put it on the end of the Popeye jig and see what we can do. Stick with us. Gets kind of shallow next to the edge there. I'm gonna shorten this up a little bit. There we go, maybe 2 feet. See if that won't help. It may be laying on the bottom at about 30 inches. So now try this again, see what we can get. Perfect cast. It barely missed the moss, looks like. And drop down, so see what we got here. Oh, there we go. Done got one. Look at there. Nice little bluegill. That's what we was wanting. I'm just catching and releasing today. I knew they'd find that. Go over. Pretty nice little feller. It's not quite eating size. Let me see here. You can get a hold of him. There he is. Pretty little fish. Right, here we go again. I'm gonna cast out. Try to keep near the shade. Like I said, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. The sun's getting pretty hot. So I'm gonna try to stay as close as I can to the shade. Them fish will be up in the shade and then come out and grab it and try to go back. But look, as soon as it hit the water, they're grabbing at it. Didn't have it good. I yanked on it. Them wax worms, the only issue with them is it's kind of brittle and they come off easy. So I was hoping to hook him before he gets it all the way off the little Popeye jig. Let's see if he's even on there anymore. Yeah, it's barely hanging on. He's the fish has tore it. So I'm gonna try to rethread what little bit is left onto here. See if he'll still take it, not waste another wax worm, but let's see. soon as it hit the water, it jigged a little bit. He may have went ahead and yanked that wax worm off. Got him. There we go. Another nice bluegill. I don't know, that time I was just kind of jigging the Popeye jig with the bobber, just barely yanking it. And I think he just grabbed it because of the action of the little Popeye jig. So, another good little bluegill. They're nice and fat. Been eating good. We'll toss him back. So far, I thought after the first one just took it right off, it was not the best thing, but it's doing really good. The fish seem to like it, and I'd say I'd give it a 8 out of 10 right now. Well, my dad stopped by and brought me a nice umbrella. It's getting pretty hot out here. Nice of him. He takes care of me. Cast out here, I keep seeing something hit the water, making little rings out here in the middle, so maybe, well, something took it under. There may be some bluegill out in the middle here, I guess after some bugs or something on the water. Cast out here in the middle again. See whatever took this out the first, or took it down the first time. See if it'll grab it again. Yep, there's a bite. There we go, I got him. Oh, I think he spit it. Yep. Spit it out. Sometimes they'll do that. That fish has done got a taste of that worm. He ain't gonna leave it alone, so I'm gonna catch him. I keep getting him, but he don't want to stay on. See what happens this time. There we go. There's a bite. There we go. Got him good this time, I think. Whatever it is. Yep. Another bluegill. Had to set the hook a little harder on him. Put them spines down. Easy. Open that mouth. There he is. Another little bluegill. This little Popeye jig, they like it so much. I'd say I could put right here at the edge of the dock and just jig it around a little bit. And I would say that something, grab it. Look here. I told you, that's a nice little bluegill there. Nice one. I think they actually call that a pumpkin seed or something. Easy. That thing is fat. Man, look at that thing. Pretty fish. I mean, that thing is beautiful. Look at the colors in that thing, the blues. Beautiful fish. Look how wide. I guess it's a red ear. Just over here into the middle again. Middle of the pond. Still something hitting the top of the water out there. I got it. As soon as it hit it, took it. Hopefully he can stay on long enough for me to get him in here. Yep. There's a few bluegill hovering out in the middle here. Gotta get them spines down on their back, they'll get you. See there? Throw him back. Bait it up again with another waxworm. They're loving it. I'm a fan. There we go again. I'm gonna try another one out in the middle. Out in the middle, the water's deeper and probably a little bit cooler. So we'll see. Yep. Something biting on it. Wouldn't quite take it yet. I'll give that bobber a few little jigs, see if he'll go ahead and grab it again. There we go. We got that one. Feels like a little better fish. Quite a bit better, actually. I don't know if it is, but you know what that is? That's a crappie. Nice crappie. Look at there. On the little Popeye jig. Look at there. That's probably a 11-inch crappie or so. Hanging out in the middle. Real nice crappie. Healthy too. Put him back. Thank you, Mr. Fish. We've caught, I don't know, 5 or 6 bluegill and a real nice crappie. On the, it's just a bobber. I've got 24 inches of line or so out, and got this little Popeye jig by Crappie Magnet, and I'm putting Uncle Josh's preserved waxworms on it, and it's so far doing a great job. They're loving it. I hadn't used them before. I'd used a Popeye jig, but I hadn't had much luck with it. Somebody told me they were real good for bluegill and stuff, so I thought I'd try it. They said you just need a little something extra. There we go. Got another one. I tell you what, there, that feels like a good fish. And they are really liking this. Oh, don't, it's getting hung in my, dang, that's a fighting fish there. About got hung in my jug out there for my structure. That's a good bluegill. Hovering way out in the middle there. Come here now. You lay your spines down. Boy, that fish there fought. Yeah. I got a real big hand. So that's probably, you could clean that one. I mean, good bluegill. Back out in the middle again. Just cast it out. See if there's anything else out in there. They've been biting out there, like I say. Yep, got one. The water must be quite a bit cooler out there because it's holding fish big time. I don't know of any structure or anything being out there. Another nice bluegill. Yeah, this fish here, the water on it even feels cool, so it must be quite a bit cooler out there. Another nice bluegill. I think I'm gonna change my rating on these Uncle Josh's preserved waxworms. I'm gonna give them a 9 out of 10. The worm itself, I mean, it's a waxworm. It doesn't hold on to the hook really well, but from what I can tell, the fish love them. I mean, they really come after it. So get you some if you want to go have a little fun around the edges of a lake or a farm pond. and get you some of these little Popeye jigs and put that hook on there. Try it with a bobber. Kids will have a ball with it. I'm gonna cast out again out in the middle. Make sure it's on there. Cast closer to the bank this time, but pretty good distance out. Well, that didn't much more than hit the water and it went all the way under. Huh. I bet it grabbed that wax worm off there and spit it out real quick. I wasn't prepared for that. I'm gonna jig it around a little bit though, see if it'll come back for it. There you go. There we go. It seems like a pretty decent fish. I don't know, it's hard to tell. He's coming. Just another nice bluegill. A fighter. I jigged it around after I'm pretty sure it had already taken the wax worm and couldn't stand it. I had to grab it. Another nice bluegill. They're loving it. I would highly recommend you try it. I mean, this is a ball. Like I said, a lot of times when it hits the water, it's going under. I mean, you don't sit around long waiting. And if you are waiting, nothing moving it, you better cast somewhere else because ain't no fish around there. Well, folks, like I said, I got a say $17 rod, probably a $10 reel, because the whole combo that I had with this pole wasn't but $30, $40, something like that. So I'd say probably $10. So then with the jig and the baits, for less than $40, you can have a couple mornings worth of fun. I mean, save up a little bit, go get you a few poles, take your kids, take your family, get out there and go fishing. It's a lot of fun, relieve some stress off of you. It's a good time. So I'm gonna fish a little bit more here and head towards the house. But thank you all for joining me, and check out my other videos here on Hit or Miss Outdoors.